Hello, welcome back to the Free Filmmakers podcast. I'm Evan,
I'm Rio.
I'm Reese.
and today we are going to be reflecting upon our Unit 7 work of website portfolio. Isn't it nice that we're all back together
It is.
So
before we
really
start
nice.
before we start the episode? It's just nice.
It is amazing.
We've
back
only had one
together.
episode fully together, and
But we're meant to be the free filmmakers.
Thought it was going to turn into the Two Filmmakers podcast.
well, I thought we were going to change to the One Filmmaker podcast because I did it by myself.
Websites.
Websites, indeed.
Evan, what did you do for your website? For your
So,
unit?
first of all, I researched into 4 website portfolios
Hmm.
to get an outlook on what I needed on my own website. So I looked at our tutor, George Hughes, great guy.
What a lovely man.
I'll let you talk about him, 'cause I know you did him as well. But I'll go into depth about Ari Robles. He's an actor who worked on one of my projects, Stickman.
Love that.
Thanks. And he has worked for a lot of big brands like Snickers, I think he's worked for. He's worked for Icy Heart. And he's also been a part of some big productions. That's the word.
Predictions.
Productions. Do you know the anime One Piece?
I do know One
I do
Piece.
know that.
He was in that.
Wow. That's interesting.
He was in the English dub. So his website, like most websites, start off with a homepage that maybe have a picture of him or a picture of his work or whatever, a little bit about biographical information, and then you delve in and have a look at some more stuff. But other pages included normally an about page where the full biography is there, and then there's like past work. So this is where he will include like, his voice demo and clips like that, and just gives an outlook on who he is as a professional.
Yeah.
And there's also normally a contact page, which I learned is a good way to make.
Websites need a contact page.
Yeah, so that can make a link with a client or a potential employer. So then a relationship can be established and work can be done.
Do you have like a colour scheme for your website?
So I kind of went for like darker colors because I thought they looked more modern. So that's normally like black or maybe like I had a bit of white, but I mainly went for a dark blue, like a black and a dark blue. So it just gives a modern feel, and I think I just like what it brings. So for your website, what did you choose?
What like
For your
colour?
themes?
My theme?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted like a minimalistic, so I picked like a black and white with like a. But then I wanted a bit of like you alright, mate? I wanted a bit of like I don't know. I wanted it, like to make it seem like it's professional, so I had a bit of gold in there. It's like my
Oh,
portfolio.
I like that.
It's like in a little gold.
Stand out.
Yeah, it stands
What
out.
is your website called?
My website?
Yeah,
Portfolio.
portfolio.
What's your
Mine's
website?
like evandawsonfilm.free at Wix site.
Oh, you mean that? Oh, mine's reallewis1 slash wix.com slash bunch of numbers.
Yeah, that's what I've got as
Mine's-
well.
Mine's just my student. Mine's just my student number.
That-
That's my website link. So it's like my student number and then wix.com, something like that.
Wow, that's interesting.
But my actual website's called The Mars Land.
The Mars land.
So,
Ooh.
did any of you boys look into any social medias? Because part of the project was also looking into social medias and upgrading our social medias.
I did indeed. I looked at Knights basketball.
Oh yeah.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was very professional.
Did you think it could like do with a bit of work, or would you say it's up to standard?
No, I think it was up to standard. There's
Ooh.
all the
Ooh.
information you need on there in the bio.
And what would you bring from that Instagram page into your own work for when you do your own Instagram?
That is a good question. Because my Instagram has just started. So hold on, let me just get Knights basketball up.
In the meantime, I'll talk about what I did.
It's more on the website. I'll just say that.
Anyway, let's go to Rio, where he's going to talk about.
So I looked at the Lincoln College Media Instagram
Oh yeah.
because well obviously they do a bit of media, so I thought I'd give it a cheeky little look. And they usually just like post things like what we're doing and like what the students are doing. So I took a bit of inspiration and decided I'm gonna do that similar thing. Obviously not post random students, but just chat about what I'm doing. Yeah. So like my posts are mainly just I don't know. I can't actually remember what I've posted now. Yeah, so like I mainly just like posted like about gunpoint, a few behind the scenes, a few pictures of the podcast stuff that we did before, and then yeah, just like what we're up to, what we're doing, projects that we're up to at the time. Similar to what Lincoln College Media did, just my own take on it. What about you, Reese?
So it seems that Lincoln Knights basketball, they're always posting updates, updating us on the most recent Knights basketball news. So I think that's something I'll integrate into my own um social media, and I'll.
You boys have had an interesting take on the social media side because I looked into filmmakers and how I could recreate that. So I looked into directors, I went into Edgar Wright, and I also looked into studios. Like I went into Universal Studios.
What was that place?
There's a place as well, but I meant the
No, it's
company.
like the Instagram. I thought you meant.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what
think maybe you should just give yourself 5 minutes there, Reese. So I looked into that. So Universal obviously posts a lot of trailers and behind the scenes bits, which I'm gonna inspire. But then a personal director may also just include going out with their friends and keep an update with the filmmaker's life, which I think is an important part to build a fan base.
You want a fan base?
Yes,
Is it,
I
is it
want a
your
fan
aim? Is it
base.
your aim?
What will that fan base be called?
Dawson's.
They don't need to. They don't need to have a name.
Like, Taylor Swift, Swifties, Dawson's.
What would yours be, Reese?
Um,
Marslandians.
oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. What would yours be, Rio?
I don't know.
Rios.
That's
Oreos.
Oreos. There we go. The
actually
Oreos.
quite good.
Faux Rios.
So, what else was part of the project?
That's a great question.
So then we obviously went into design our website. Is there anything in particular in that process that you wanted to have in your website? Like, so obviously we have our homepage and our about page, but is there anything that you have added that you're like, I really like that?
Well, when I was making it, I wanted to have two separate sections. I wanted to have a show reel to show off all the videos that I've made, like just in one area, and then have a second one which shows off more like written work and like behind the scenes, like just
Oh
pictures,
yeah.
not really as like videos. So on there right now, I think I've got, if I can remember, I think I've got behind the scenes of my 505 music video. I might be wrong. I know I've got pictures on there from when I went to Newcastle. I took a few pictures there. Like just other stuff, not particularly just college work, but the video side is strictly videos, like the finished product. So if you want to see the finished product, you go on the show reel. But if you want to see behind the scenes and cool extra, then you go to the other bit.
It's really interesting.
Hmm.
That's a good way to do it.
What do you do?
So I just made sure each bit was its own, so that my show reel was kind of on the homepage, so you can just go through some of my recent short films. But then I've also got my portfolio work, where that's some of my photography, whether that be basketball photography or even my film review project that's on there. But I think I might mix it up and maybe you could be inspired from what you've done because I really like that idea.
What are you, Reese?
So on my website, I've split it into 4 different sections.
Ooh,
And right, so the first one is just the homepage, my name, what I do, and my films and podcasts and that sort of thing, all on the homepage. And then I also have an about page to tell people more about me and what I do. And I've also got a page for my film review that I'll add more to over time eventually, and a portfolio page of my previous works.
What previous work have you done?
It was mainly just photography work, to be honest.
Interesting. What do you guys see in the future for your website? Like, what do you plan on putting on there
Well, I'm gonna
later on?
obviously update it more as I do more work and make more films. So yeah, I'll just add them to the website.
I think what I'm gonna do is just really go over and like maybe look at more websites after the project's finished and really finish it off, make it a complete look, and then just include more film reviews and stuff. I review every film I watch, but normally they're quite short reviews. So if
Yeah.
I maybe learnt from the reviews, I could have a lot of I could even have a film review tab.
Yeah.
Where I've got multiple of
I like
these
that.
long
That's
Should
cool.
add
film
a link
reviews.
to Letterboxd on the website.
That is a good idea. I could have a
Ooh,
link to my
that's
Letterboxd
smart.
because I do use that app a lot.
Mm.
Gunpoint, our film is on Letterboxd to
little
rate.
promotion there.
And
Yeah.
IMDb.
And IMDb, it's on there as well for any information or overall niceness.
And add a review.
Yeah. I think in the future, what I want to do for mine is make maybe the homepage a little bit more professional, because right now it's decent, but it's not.
I do like your homepage. Your homepage is a lot
Yeah.
better than my homepage
Yes.
because you've used your own photos.
Mm. Now, like the background image is actually mine. I
Yeah,
took
that you
it.
took in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it more professional, but I mean, I'll plan that later down the line. You said you've got a show reel on like the front of your home, on your homepage. I do as well, but I think for that I'm gonna put on like my favorite, like my personal favorite works that I've done, and then like maybe my first and my favorite, and maybe my newest as well, just to like have a bit of variety. But everything will be on my show reel, but just the best and what I want will be on the homepage. Um, and you said you want to have a little film review tab, which I kind of like. I'm not gonna nick it off you though. I think if I did do one, I'd probably have a tab where I talk about cinema. I'd probably talk about like cinematography in films.
That's
So like
interesting.
while you're doing like a film review of the film in a whole, I think I'll probably do like cinematography and like
Yeah.
how it all is.
Or even like the editing, since
Yeah,
those are the two things that you're
Mm.
really good at and
Yeah.
that you're trying to get better at. So yeah, I like that a lot. It's very interesting.
You got any like special sort of things to add to your website, Reese?
It's quite hard to know at the moment what I'm going to add to it because I don't know what sort of work I'll be doing in the future.
That's fair enough. You've got a lot of time to think.
I've got quite a lot of sections on it already. I might add like one, like like you got a show reel because I don't actually have a show reel yet. It's just YouTube links basically.
Yeah, that's what I've got. You can
that's basically what it is.
you can like properly post your videos on there, but if you do, you run out of space after like 3 videos,
Yeah.
if that. So it's better to just embed YouTube links.
And then it gets your views on your YouTube, so more engagement.
A lot of videos YouTube.
But no, not
Yeah,
all of it.
he's posted gunpoint news.
And
I changed my gunpoint link. Yeah.
I might have to sort of update it a little bit because right now it looks a bit all over the place. To be honest, my website. Like I need to properly think of like a color scheme and that sort of thing, make it more stylized. Because right now it's just a bit all over the place.
Yeah, interesting.
What else was part of the project? So we had to make a QR code, including the theme of our website, didn't we? And then use that QR code to make promotional material. So I know me and Yuria both made business cards where we included the name of our company with our logo, and then on the back had a bit of not the microphone yet. Had a bit of information like a phone number, an address, and then with the QR code on. So
I think I'm going to change my business card though, because on the email it's my personal one, but I think I'm going to make like a portfolio email.
Oh, that's nice.
Instead and have like its own separate thing.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah.
Because I could use my college email, but I feel like it's better to have my own personal. So when I finish college, I've still got some of there because I imagine
Yeah.
they delete the emails.
Yeah.
Like we delete the accounts after we leave. So it makes sense to have something that I can keep. Yeah.
I also made a poster, but
I made a poster.
what was your poster of?
It was just an advertisement for my website basically. It has like my website link on it, has my phone number, my email, that sort of thing. A little description of what.
Well, my poster has a big thing of Dawson Productions, which is my company, and then the QR code. So does yours just have the information like that, or does it have pictures on or anything?
It has pictures of sort of our past behind the scenes footage. Like there's a picture of us filming Gunpoint, a picture of us recording a podcast that you love, and there's also a shot from Gunpoint. Are you holding the gun?
Oh, that's really nice. I like that.
Very interesting.
And then the final section of our thing was reflecting,
Which we're doing right now.
which you are listening to.
And how do you think it's gone, really?
What website thing? I feel like it was decent, but they could have given it to us earlier in the year, I think, because
Yeah, our deadline was very squashed. I had to do a lot of extra hours to get it done.
Also, we've done like half of it already. So like, I don't get why they've given it us now when we made the website when we first joined the course. Like, it would
Oh
have been better
yeah,
if they gave us that to start with, and we could have done it in a one because we've basically done half, done something else. Now we're finishing off the other half.
yeah.
Seems a bit odd. What about you? You two?
No, I completely agree with your points. Feels a bit out of date now, and almost like an incomplete thing. But it was nice not having to do all the work in thorough detail, knowing that I've
Mm.
already done some. So I won't complain. I didn't mind it. I think we could have had a bit. I think we could have a bit more time, um, because our next production, well, our next unit is actually production on our next short film. We won't talk about that. We'll save that for
Money
another
point.
episode.
What was that?
Money point.
You, Reese, what did you think of the unit?
I think it went well. Could have done with a bit more time. Could have done with a bit more time because I have been struggling a little bit.
How have you been doing a lot of work in college? Would you say? Or have you been like getting distracted?
No, in college I'm fine, but
Hmm.
at home, but no, I've still managed to get all the work done.
Well, that's interesting because what I did was I came into college on my days off to do it since I know I get distracted at home. Um, so maybe you could have done the same.
Oh yeah, so I'll finish my work as well, which is good. So we're all sorted. All have you guys done your next units, your job stuff yet?
No,
I've
no.
Yeah, same. I'll finished.
finished mine.
Started it.
We've got like, haven't you only got like the second job left to do when you're done?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, good. Right then. I think that's everything. I don't think there's anything else we can talk about.
I do not think there is either.
And that actually concludes the Free Filmmakers podcast.
Concludes it.
That's the end. No more.
It's the end of the episode.
Oh, I thought that was the end of
End of-
end of
Don't
the
be
podcast
silly.
forever.
We'll end in 2 years.
Yeah.
We're gonna be bigger than Happy Hour, I'm telling you now.
But thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you later, buddy.